episode 38 of the Caffeinated Craft Mamas podcast. My podcast all about my knitting, crocheting, and bookish life in Southwest Missouri, where I live with my partner Richard, our 3 kids, and our dog. It has been 2 weeks since I've talked to you guys. It is actually 11:38 on Sunday, May 26th. I'm trying to get this recorded before Richard has to leave for work, so I'm sure you guys will hear noises because everybody is home and everybody is awake. But I really wanted to try to get this podcast up for you guys today. So that is the plan. We will do a little bit of admin. I have a what am I wearing? I do have one finished object to talk about, and I think I just have my 5 whips that I've been working on to talk about as well, and a new book series that I have decided, well, it's not a new book series, it's one I've tried before, but we're delving back into it. So we'll see where we go. We'll go ahead and start with the admin stuff. If you would like to follow me on social media, please feel free to do so. I really only am active over on Instagram, and I post over there about once a week. I do post stories and stuff, and you can DM me over there. It's a good way to get a hold of me. I am the caffeinated_craft_mama. All right. Sorry, I feel like I'm rushing through this already. So we're going to take a breath and we'll get it done. I'm not used to recording when everybody is awake and everybody is home. Summer started for us on Friday. My kid's last day was Thursday, and it has been a rough start to our summer. We'll talk more about that in Life and Junk, but so it's got me a little on edge these last couple days, but that's okay. We'll get through it. So we'll go ahead and talk about what I am wearing. This is the Petal Party Top by Samantha Guerin, I believe is how you say her last name. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm pretty sure I just butchered that, but you know, it is what it is. I knit this out of Mama Jess's yarn. I'll have to look in my notes to be sure. I'll put that here as well. I absolutely love this top. It was a very interesting construction and a fun knit. My size took 2 skeins of fingering weight, and I did have some left over. So my plan is to knit at least 1 more of these for the fall. I would like to have one to wear over like a dress or a black skirt. I think that would look really pretty to wear to work. And so I wore it the other day to my mom's retirement party, and I thought I would wear it today for the podcast. So that is what I am wearing. All right. I only have one finished object, and I did not look up the name of this pattern, so I will put it here. But I knit my mother-in-law a cowl. This is just Cascade Heritage sock yarn in the color Coral. And I'll pop the pattern in here. This pattern is actually meant to be for an advent, but I just knit it in a solid color, and I think it turned out really pretty. Pop it on real quick. It's just a pretty cowl. Her favorite color is coral, and I thought this would look nice. It is late. It was a Mother's Day / birthday gift because Mother's Day was the 12th and her birthday was the 13th. I just haven't gotten it into the mail to her, so it will be headed her way probably tomorrow or the next day. With us having been ill last time I talked to you guys, I was a little worried to pop it in the mail, and it wasn't done because I hadn't been knitting. So it is done now and will be on its way to its new home. So that's my finished object. You guys didn't even see that as a whip last time. I actually started it and finished it in the last 2 weeks. I do have a little bit of progress on several projects. My main project that I worked on, we'll just go ahead and start there, is the Jungle Doodle sample that I am doing for Emily of Fangirl Fibers. Here is the awesome bag she had for that. Okay, so I was right here last time you guys saw this, so I have gotten a lot done. Not as much as I was hoping for, but that's okay. I am over halfway finished, so the hope is when I talk to you guys in 2 weeks again that it will be completely finished. I have plans to do after I finish this flower motif, I'm probably going to do the peacocks next. And then there's a really cute, sorry, I'm trying to get this stitch marker on here. There's a really cute chameleon that I want to do. And then probably another plant base one. But I really like how it turned out. It's a little wrinkly. It'll flatten out some in blocking. My floats are pretty good, all things considered. I tried a new technique with a few of these where you don't catch the floats and then you go through with a crochet hook and pick them up later. And I kind of like how that looks. I thought it turned out nice. But the rest of my floats, I posted a picture on Instagram about them the other day. I think they look good for the most part. They're not perfect, but neither am I, so that's okay. And I am doing stitch markers every day that I work on this. So I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's gotten 10 days of work. I picked that up from Andy of the Naughty Knitress, that she puts a stitch marker in every time she works on a project for the day. And I like that because, you know, she had a sweater that she had been working on and it had taken her almost a year to complete it, but she actually only knitted on it for like 25 days. So it was just a whip that she had put back. So I like that idea. All in all, I am hoping, like I said, to have that completed by the time I talk to you guys next. I am, several of the charts have 3-color work, so I really have to sit down and focus on what I'm doing. This week is going to be pretty busy, so hopefully I can power through some of that and get it done, because I'm babysitting a lot this week. School is out, people need babysitters. I've got one little girl Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Grace is coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I believe. So the house is going to be busy, basically. Okay, we'll get on to my other non-sock whip. You guys have seen this a bazillion times. This is my Ahsoka shawl patterned by Lesley and Robinson of Knit Graffiti. So I was here last time on this side. So I finished the brioche section on this side. My goodness. So I will move that dinosaur marker up. I am in major need of some Star Wars and some Lord of the Rings stitch markers. If you guys know anybody that has some cool Star Wars or Lord of the Rings stitch markers, pop me a comment in. Let me know, because I need some. All right, so that's one side. So we're now up to there. And the other side, I have just started this diamond lace motif. I think I'm like maybe 4 rows in, 5 rows in. It's hard to see, but a little bit of progress. And as I have said before, if I knit 3 stitches on something, I'm going to show it to you because I worked on it. The yarn is by me. The dark color was a Cascade Heritage Royal Blue that I over dyed with some purple. And then this is one that I just dyed in a pan. So, yeah. I'm loving it so far. It is definitely a long-term whip, but that's okay. Each of the section has 10, or each side has 10 sections before I connect the top and the bottom. So we still have a ways to go. Oh, and it is living in my R2-D2 bag that I made. I love this bag. Okie dokie. Next up we have socks. I have 3 socks to talk about. I have not cast on another sock. I'm low-key participating in summer sock camp. I am horrible about using Ravelry. We all know this. I use it to buy my patterns, but I'm not great about putting finished object photos up unless I'm doing like a test knit or something, which we'll talk about that in a minute. So this is the sock. This is a Christmas sock. I knit 6 pairs of Christmas socks every year for friends and family. This is my first pair. I have one done already, and I was here last time you guys saw it. So I am 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually ready for the gusset increases. Cool. Didn't realize that. So I've been trying to just put maybe 5 or 10 rows on one of these socks when we go outside to play in the evenings. I've been taking the kids outside about 6:30 or 7 in the evening and letting them go play because it's starting to get hot here. So I want to get them outside when it's cooler. This is Cascade Heritage Prints, color number 137. So my plan is I have 3 balls of this. I thought I only had 2, but I have 3. So my plan is just to knit socks continuously and then match them up, because 3 people that I knit socks for all wear the same size. So I'm planning on knitting 6 socks and then matching them up so they're the closest. So that way we're using up the most yarn. And that is a long-term project for sure. This is living in my Ginger Snap Fibers snowman and mugs bag that I love so much. Okay, next whip is living in my Ambi Marie Knits Spring But Spooky bag. This is my purse knitting. So I kind of knit on this when I go places. And I am 1 row away from starting the cuff. This is a pair of socks for Richard. It is Knit Picks Felici and the colorway Arcade Afternoon. I have 1 full ball left plus a bunch more. I say a bunch, I've got about that much left. So I will do, I don't know why I was holding that up there. I will get the cuff done on that one soon. I'm trying really hard not to work on this one when he's home. So this is typically when I am out and about and he's not with me. This is what I pull out. So we are ready for the cuff. I am probably not going to match up the stripes exactly, mostly because I am actually coming up on another one of these yellow stripes. I can't decide what I'm going to do. My mom wants the leftovers, so I might ask her. Or I may wind off a ball and get to the next stripe and go from there. I don't know, we'll see. He doesn't really care if the stripes match up or not. So. And my last whip I have that I've made any progress on are my a quart of socks. These are in, whoops, hang on. Uh-oh. Where'd that go? Lost a stitch marker and lost some. I need to get needle stoppers. Darn it. Okay, I think I fixed it. I'll have to count these in a minute, but I think I fixed it. Okay, sorry about that. I am working on these. These are my a quart of socks. Yarn is by Desert Vista Dye Works. It is a self-striping with all the book colors, and I have actually started the gold cuff. I did these a lot longer than I normally would, mostly because I wanted to end on the orange. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. Mostly because I wanted to stop on the orange. I did have to reorder these stripes, and yes, I did do it because yes, it was bothering me. That's just how I am. And I really like them. I tried them on, they fit well. I did an extra, probably about 10 rows on the leg that I wouldn't normally do. And I am thinking probably a 20 row cuff. I really want these to be like tall socks I could wear in boots. But I did put them on a magic loop and make sure they fit, and they do. The stitch markers I have my little bats that I'll move up to show where we are now. That's where I was last time. I'm getting better with the progress keepers, at least. Beggar. Something like that, right? Here we go. And then I have the All About That Wingspan little wooden marker that I got from Fangirl Fibers years ago. I don't know if she still has those. So yeah. Okay, those are all my whips. Okay, make sure the needles are sticking out of there so I don't lose any more stitches. I'll have to count those and make sure that they're what they need to be. Let's see, books. If you were just here for the yarny content, I'm all done, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. If you want to talk about books and life, we'll go ahead and get started with that. Books. I have restarted the Zodiac Academy series. I have kind of been in a book funk. I've just been in a funk in general since we got sick. And I think part of it is I hate summer. This is not news to anybody. Anyone who knows me well knows that summer is my least favorite season. I hate being hot. It's super humid here. I just hate it. And so it started to get warmer. We had a really long spring. We were super blessed, and I was super thankful that it's been so cool here. But we hit a couple of days in the last 2 weeks that have been in the mid 80s, and had some summer thunderstorms, which I don't mind the thunderstorms. Those are at least bringing cool air. But I just hate the heat. And so with the warmer temperatures coming in, I have had a bit more of some Debbie Downers. I have a little bit of seasonal affect disorder. I'm awful. So it's been a little depressing for me, which is why we've been getting outside in the evenings when it's cooler, trying to get my kids outside. Again, anyone that knows me knows that I'm typically a house gremlin or a house goblin. I hate being outside. There are bugs out there and things that like to bite me. And I would just prefer to be indoors, but I have 2 children who love to be outdoors. So I've been trying to get them outside every day. That being said, I have just kind of been in a funk with my reading. Same thing with my knitting. I haven't gotten as much done as I had wanted to. And I kept looking for books that were similar to the Zodiac series, and it dawned on me after I was talking to my friend Gail about it. And Gail, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, Dale. I need more coffee, guys. But anyways, I was talking to Dale about it, and she was like, just start them. And so I found this lady on Instagram who had a list of all like 22 books and how you should read them, because there's 2 spin-off series to the Zodiac series. So I'm going to read them as she has suggested. My plan is to do most of these on audio. I have book 1, 3, 4, and 5 of the Zodiac Academy on audio already. And I have book 1 and 2 of the Ruthless Boys of Zodiac already. So I'm going to slowly be getting the rest of the books. So I'm about 3/4 of the way done with the first book again. I do like them. I love some of the characters. It's just a lot. You know, it's like handing somebody the Sarah J. Maas series and just like the Sarah J. Maas universes and just being like, here you go, have fun. But even then, like, her books aren't quite as intertwined as this set of series seems to be. So I do know that the Zodiac series is completely finished, which I think is part of the reason I've wanted to finally start to read it. We all know I don't do cliffhangers, so I was glad to see that it was finally completed and I was ready to get them started again. So we'll see how that goes. It's probably a summer-long project, if not a rest of the year-long project. I'm not trying to rush through these. I'm sure I will listen and read 2 other books in between them. You know, in the fall, I like to re-listen to all the ACOTAR books, that kind of thing. My friend Lindsay of Lazy Lemon Podcast is getting ready to start those. So I've considered doing a bit of a self-refresher while she does them too, just because it'll be fun to text her and be like, hey, we got to this part. Do you know what's going on? I always love that when somebody picks up the ACOTAR series for the first time. So yeah, there's that. I do have plans to finish the Other Wolf series by Heather G. Harris. I'm waiting on my Hoopla app so I can get the next book. I will be able to get it June 1st. I like those books just because they are a much faster read. You know, the Zodiac Academy books are between 12 and 24 hours long on audio. The Heather G. Harris books are 6 hours. I can finish one of those in 2 days with me doing stuff around the house. When I'm listening to an audiobook, I have one in my ear and I'm doing dishes, or I'm cleaning bathrooms, or I'm knitting, or I'm outside with my children pushing them on the swing. So that's kind of what keeps me occupied and keeps me from delving into the endless cartoon songs that we have going on. So that's just how I partake in my audiobooks. So yeah, those are my plans for reading. I have a test knit that I desperately need to get started. I'm really trying to finish this sample knit first, but I need to go ahead and get started on that test knit. It is the dragon sweater. I'm not 100% sure that's what she called it. I'll put the name here. It is a pattern by Meg of Bad Wolf Girl Studios. You guys, when I found out I got picked for this test knit, I might have fangirled a little bit because y'all know I love Meg and I think the world of her. She has designed some really cool patterns. I love her Dino Roar pattern. So the idea of getting to test knit her dragon pattern was really cool. And I was able to pull all the yarn from Stash and over dye it. So it's going to be a black sweater with green dragons. It'll be really awesome. So yeah, and it's an adult sweater, so it'll be my sweater to wear. Oh, see, that's about it for future plans for knitting, because that's really the only thing I have planned to start. Crochet wise, Gimli didn't get touched the last 2 weeks. What little time I have had to focus on knitting has been put towards my mother-in-law's gift and that sample knit. I will get back to crocheting however many rows a day when I finish that sample knit. I really just want it off my needles and back to Emily. I feel like the yarn and everything has been here for a while, and I really just want to get that to her. Let's see, what else? I guess this kind of stems over into life and junk. My mom had her retirement party. She retired from 27 years with the public school system. She did 11 in Marshfield and 16 here in Springfield. She is going to be the new 4th grade teacher over at a private Christian school here in town. So I'm excited for her to do that. So I went and did that with her, and we've gotten out of school. Most people get super excited about summer break. My daughter has gotten to the point where she gets super excited about summer break. Jade does. William, not so much. William is not happy that school is out. He is not happy that he will be going to a new school in the fall. He's been at his current school for 2.5 years, so I get it. He's been there a long time. So the transition has not been an easy one. We have had a lot of fit throwing, a lot of major meltdowns, stuff that we aren't used to from him. Biting, hitting, kicking, grabbing my glasses and throwing them across the room. Things that Jade dealt with when she was little, but I haven't had to deal with in a long time. So that has been emotionally draining for me as well. I think that's why I haven't been able to record at night. By the time I get to 10 o'clock and it's time to record with you guys, I'm done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done for the day. So that's why we're recording right now. And I will get this up this afternoon and it will be fine. So, yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. So we're going to go ahead and close it out. I need to go downstairs and hopefully cut Richard's hair before he leaves for work. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks, hopefully with a finished Doodle cowl and at least that sweater started and a few other things done. And I hope that you have a ton of crafting time, a ton of outside time and summer fun if that is your thing. And if you are more like me, I hope that you get lots of inside time and air conditioning. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.